To stir it or to boil?
To boil.
Boil like 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah. Make one is hard, guys. The sand helps to balance the heat.
Oh, the sand balance with the heat.
Yeah, not to burn the coffee. Direct fire, it may burn the coffee bean more on the sand, like every side, like you see like this.
Oh.
Take the heat from every side. To stir it or to boil?
To boil.
Boil like 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah. You can make one also. Okay. First, then I add milk.
Cinnamon powder.
Yeah.
Kita ada ayam sekok ni. Kita ada ayam sekok nah. Dalam set ada masak dalam itik. Okey, mami akan bagi. Ni dia dalca perut ni apa ni. Mami tak potong halus-halus nah. Ni nampak tebal-tebal gini.
Pekat elok
Dia pekat elok. Dengan ada lagi abok kambing lagi. Okay, dalam set dalam itik kita mami akan bagi ayam wanggeh 1. Lepas tu dengan ayam goreng 1.
Ni mau kena ada lah.
Ya, apa dia? Ini mami akan letak ni kari kambing. Kita dah bagi tadi perut dalca kan. Ini kita punya kari kambing.
Oh dia penuh tu Mi. Ada lagi Mi?
Itik pembara.
Oh dia.
Cuma tekak berapa harga dia?
200 setengah.
200 setengah silap. Baru 99 saja. Yang paling best kat kedai kami tu ayam balang free flow. Okey, set talam adang. Baru 99 saja. Apa boleh makan 7, 8, 10. Mami pun tak tahu nak kata apa. Memang boleh makan 7, 8, 10.
Bos,
Halo bos.
jadi ada apa bos?
Sate Minang Pak Yat Payah Jaras. Sate Minang daripada Minang Kapau.
Alright, nak try satu set boleh?
Boleh? Ni nasi impek bos.
Ini nasi.
Ya, nasi impek. Lontong.
Oh, lontong. Okey.
Okey.
Yang ni kuah apa?
Kuah sate bos.
Kuah sate.
Daripada Padang. Minang
Okey.
Kapau. Bawang,
Bawang.
keropok. Keropok ni. Alright. Ni kalau punya special menu juga. Ayam ladu hijau.
Dia campur 2 cili lah.
Campur 2 cili. Merah dengan hijau.
Right.
Okay, ini avocado, air minuman special sate Minang Pak Yat. Alright.
Okey, dah siap.
Okey bos, yang ni semua berapa?
Nasi ayam ladu hijau RM8. Sate ayam 5 cucuk RM5. Avocado RM6.
Kali-kali rasanya memang mantap gitu loh. Tambah lama. Terima ya. Guys, ini nasi pepes.
Nasi pepes.
Sambal dia.
Sambal apa nih, Mas Irina?
Ini sambal pepes dia.
Sambal pepes ya.
Keropoknya ada tak keropoknya? Kita ada keropok, kita ada timun, ada tempe lagi, ada keropok, ada timun. Datanglah kamu, dekat sudah susuran. Kalau kamu sudah susah pergi jauh-jauh, langsung masjid ini di sini. Asik, senggol dong.
Okey. Macam ni yang special ni harga
Ya,
berapa?
siap. Siap.
Macam ni harga.
Ini 4,5.
Assalamualaikum bang.
Salam.
Ada apa ni bang?
Ada ais kacang.
Ada kacang oh.
Ya.
Okey, bagi saya ais kacang salji yang special.
Okey lah. Okey.
Okey, ini berapa? Alright. Tu ada bahan ni?
Ada bahan mentah. Ini biasa.
Okey.
Yang ni ada special dan double bahan lah.
Double bahan tu.
Okey.
Ni siap apa?
Ah, siap.
Lepas tu ada apa lagi? Ada susu lah.
Oh, ini ke susu.
Ni harga
Ya,
berapa?
siap. Siap.
Macam ni harga
Ini
berapa?
4,5.
Bang,
Ya, saya.
magic water satu bang.
Magic water satu.
Ha.
Boleh. Dari mana bang?
Ha?
Dari mana?
Dari rumah.
Dari rumah.
Ha.
Mana tahu ada magic water?
Saya tengok-tengok kat TikTok bang.
Tengok kat TikTok, mantap. So magic water ni kita bagi satu scoop clear jelly flavor lah.
Okey.
Boleh tengok dekat sikit.
Okey.
Boleh tengok dekat sikit. Dia ada clear flavor jelly. Dia
Oh.
ada special rasa dia lah.
Dah ada berasa tu.
Betul.
Ni bukan yang viral kat Filipin ke bang?
Betul, yang ni viral kat Filipin tapi ni version Malaysia punya lah.
Okey.
Yang ni kita bawakan version Malaysia punya.
Ni magic water dia ni.
Ini magic waternya. Okey, boleh datang dekat sikit, dia ada bau tau.
Oh,
Ada
ya.
tak bau dia.
Ada hakik.
Ada bau naik.
Dia macam bau pisang sikit eh.
Dia macam bau pisang sikit. Betul. Okey. So dia sambil-sambil kita minum, kita boleh kudak-kudak pada jelly.
Okey. Ni kenapa dia panggil magic water bang?
Ini adalah air putih tapi dia ada combination of jelly. Lepas tu dia ada rasa dekat dia punya air ni, rasa soda, rasa refreshing, ada manis dia. Tapi dia bukan pakai soda. Dia.
Dia tu magic dia tu.
Itu magic dia.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih, saya jual.
Tak beli bang.
Alright, baik.
كفايه اللي انتوا بتعملوه ده. البراند ده كيان كبير مشغل ناس كتير فاتح بيوت ناس كتير. كفايه ريتش بقى.
Question is so stupid. I mean, I think it's I don't want anything to go down, but sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something.
It was a red day across the Middle East, except for one survivor. Saudi Arabia's Tadawul managed a 1.05% rebound on Monday, closing at 11,194.02, after a brutal 6.7% plunge the day before on Sunday. Meanwhile, other regional markets continued their downward spiral. Dubai's DFMGI sank 3.08% to 4,799.01, with Talabat down 9.42% and Emaar Properties slipping 2.53%. Abu Dhabi's ADX dropped 2.59%, hit hard by ADNOC Gas, which fell 4.9%, and newly listed Alpha Dhabi, which tumbled 9.9%. Egypt's EGX 30 slipped 0.61%, continuing its decline after Sunday's 3.3% fall. Despite the regional rout sparked by crashing oil prices and global uncertainty, Saudi's Tadawul stood alone in the green, for now.
As fears of a new recession grow after US President Donald Trump's announcement of reciprocal tariffs, it's worth looking back at how the 2008 financial crisis impacted everyday people, especially in the Middle East. According to a study by Ivy Panda, the UAE's unemployment rate rose from 3.1% in 2007 to 4% in 2008, with massive layoffs in banking, construction, and tourism. Over 80% of the workforce were expats. Many had to leave overnight. The pain hit consumers hard. A Gulf News report from 2008 noted that food price inflation in the UAE surged by 27%, affecting everything from rice to cooking oil. In Saudi Arabia, a Reuters article projected that prices of essential goods like rice and meat would increase by 20 to 30% in 2008. Meanwhile, the Saudi stock market was down over 40% that year, according to a report by the Gulf Research Center. Consumer confidence plummeted and government projects slowed down due to falling oil revenues. The 2008 recession wasn't just about Wall Street. It hit wallets in Riyadh and Dubai. If history tells us anything, it's this: recessions don't trickle down gently. They hit hardest at the bottom.
People have died, and Microsoft's powered this genocide in our region.
Thank you for your protest, I hear you.
You're serious, you know about this, You are
I hear
war
you,
profiteer.
Princess. Thank you.
Shame on you. You are a war profiteer.
I hear you.
Stop
Thank you.
using AI for genocide, Mustafa. Stop using AI for genocide in our region. You have blood on your hands. All of Microsoft has blood on its hands. How
You're allowed to go to the toilet from time to time. All that, is that good enough? 21st century for millions and hundreds of millions of people out there? I don't think so.
This is Kilian Kleinschmidt, a humanitarian expert and former UN official who previously managed the Zaatari refugee camp in Jordan. He was recently in Abu Dhabi for the World Crisis and Emergency Management Conference, where he shared his unique perspective on poverty. Kleinschmidt discussed how the UAE, a nation that transformed itself from desert to a global hub in just a decade, can serve as an example for the rest of the world. He suggested that disadvantaged regions, currently home to 3.5 billion people living below the poverty line, could follow a similar path. He emphasized that the UAE's rapid development could be a blueprint for other nations, particularly in sectors like renewable energy and infrastructure. By reframing needs as investment opportunities, Kleinschmidt believes poverty can be turned into prosperity.
Kuwaiti businessman Abdullah Al-Dabbous has offered a job to Moroccan engineer Ibtihal Abu Saad after her reported firing by Microsoft. Abu Saad was let go for willful misconduct after disrupting a speech by Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleyman, accusing the company of providing tools to Israel for the genocide in Gaza.
you have blood on your hands. All of Microsoft has blood on its hands.
Now, an AP investigation earlier this year revealed Microsoft and OpenAI's AI tools were used by Israel's military to select bombing targets in Gaza and Lebanon. Now, Abu Saad grew up in Morocco and earned a full scholarship to Harvard. She didn't just land a job at Microsoft, she was selected to join their elite artificial intelligence team. Now, Kuwaiti entrepreneur Al-Dabbous said he tried contacting her on LinkedIn to offer her the job, but couldn't find her profile, claiming Microsoft likely removed it because they own LinkedIn. Now, Al-Dabbous is the CEO of several major companies, including MyFatura, a leading payment gateway that enables businesses across the Middle East to manage online transactions and issue instant invoices. With high-profile clients like Fly Dubai and DHL, and over $3.8 billion in processed payments by 2022, Dabbous is a serious player in the region's fintech scene. This bold offer only adds to his growing influence.
أنا بقارن أهم مؤثرين الموجودين في رأيي أنا، وأعتقد في رأي العالم كله، أن الشيخ طحنون بن زايد، نعم، الشيخ أحمد بن سعيد المكتوم مؤثر، لأنهم عملوا الشيء الحقيقة يرفع الرأس ورفع رأسنا وعلمنا في كل مكان. الأمير الوليد بن طلال في الماضي عمل أشياء الحقيقة الواحد يضرب له سلام وتحية. مثلا هاك رجال أعمال، كرياضيين عندك محمد صلاح مؤثر وكأمبسدور مثل ما قال في الرياضة للعالم العربي كله، مش فقط لمصر. في الشيء الأمور الفنية عندك مثلا إلي صعب في هالتصاميم، نافس وغلب وفاز على الفرنساويين والطليان وغيره.
احنا مش عاديين يا سادة، احنا جامدين بزيادة، وكل خطوة وراها أبطال قدموا الشغل ليل ونهار عشان نكمل المشوار. والنهاردة بنفتح أول فرع لبلبن في الكويت، الدولة رقم 10 على خريطة بلبن بعد نجاح مبهر في كل أنحاء الوطن العربي. قدمنا لك القشطوطة وتشيز بومب ودباديب ومانجو، وعملنا لك من الكبسة حلو وكيكة الهبة اللي مفيش زيها في العالم كله. بلبن يعني فراولتنا من الفراولة الفريش، وبمبوزة غرقانة فاكهة، عصير مانجو اسماعيلاوي وكريمة غنية وغيره كتير من اختراعات الحلو هتكون موجودة في الكويت بالسلمية يوم الجمعة 18 أبريل بلبن، براند الحلو رقم 1 في الوطن العربي.
The original.
The OG.
From Dubai.
Out in Austin.
You need a security guard, man. You shouldn't be walking on the streets like this.
104% tariffs in China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. I do business in China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it and sell it back here. Never has an administration...
400% tariffs? What would that look like?
Xi on an airplane to Washington to level the playing field. It's just not about tariffs anymore. Nobody has taken on China yet, not the Europeans, no administration for decades. As someone who actually does business there, I've had enough. I speak for millions of Americans who have IP that have been stolen by the Chinese. I have nothing against the Chinese people. They brought great literacy, art, and tech to the world. The government cheats and steals, and finally, an administration, you may not like Trump, you may not like his style or his rhetoric, finally, an administration that puts up and says enough. 400% tariffs tomorrow morning. He'll tell you why. Xi can only stay the supreme leader if people are employed. If we wipe out any business there, because we are still 39% of all consumables on Earth and 25% of the world's GDP, America is the #1 economy on Earth with all the cards. We will not have that forever. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall now.
Well,
I'm
hold
not
on
talking
a
about
second,
tariffs
Kevin.
on
Well,
60
I hear you, but hold on. If we're talking about people, the average consumer, not necessarily the head honchos of businesses all across the globe, can they withstand the pressure of that sort of tax on the goods?
It's short-lived. There will be
but what's your timeline compared to, you don't know the average American's timeline, what they can actually survive. There's people right now who can't survive
400% tomorrow morning, Xi's on an airplane to Washington to cut a deal.
المنتج اللي عندنا ما نبي نكون الأرخص في السوق.
There was a quote that kind of struck me last week, and it's by Neil Walsh. It says, "Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone." And for me, that was like the pillar of everything that I've went through my career. At school, I struggled with getting good grades. I was the kid that never did good at any subject across everything. I come from a family where my father used to get the highest grades in the country, and he graduated being the top in the whole country. So to him, I was like his biggest failure. And he was like, I need to figure out what's wrong with this little girl. And I turned out to, they found out that I was dyslexic and I had dyscalculia. They at least figured out what was wrong, but there were no tools to help me. So I still went to school and I struggled and I didn't get good grades, but I was able to kind of help myself and learn how to study and grasp information in a different way completely so that I can actually do better.
ولدت في الرياض.
نعم. نوعا ما أشعر بالهوى تجاه المملكة العربية السعودية يعني.
Saudi Arabia is preparing to pay off Syria's $15 million World Bank debt, according to Reuters, a move that could unlock millions in reconstruction grants and government salary support, positioning Saudi as a major player in Syria's recovery. But it's not just Saudi stepping up. Now, Reuters also reported that Qatar is supplying gas through Jordan to ease Syria's electricity crisis and helping finance a promised salary boost by the new leadership. Still, major hurdles remain. Syria Syria is short on foreign currency and a previous plan to pay off debts using frozen assets abroad collapsed. Now, while the Middle East is trying to help Syria, Trump has actually imposed a 40% tariff on Syria under his reciprocal tariff policy, though thankfully, it's currently on a 90-day pause.
We've raised close to $500 million. We've expanded on the global scale. At one point, we were in 20 countries. And what happens is that you just get distracted in a lot of other things, whereas the focus should be very local, hyper-focused in the market that you're in. The second thing I think that's critical is in order to build a good business, it is built on good people. And you have to do whatever you have to make sure those people stick around. This is just my personal opinion. You can hire from outside, you can bring a hard shot. That's not as important as getting the right mindset in the company and then helping them grow. It takes time, it's painful, it's slow, but the results are just magnificent.
يلا 3 2 اكشن. لا عادي ولا وريني الفيديو. استنى بص، هو مفيش وقت اصلا للهطل. مفيش وقت للهطل. هو اللي يعمل كده. بص صح.
Should China worry about U.S. tariffs?
We never worry about it.
Why not?
Yeah. We only focus on ourselves, how we can do much better. We don't worry about others.